Why is it only the Latin Americans? You know what I mean? Why is it not the Australians? You know how many Australians I know that live here and actually take your jobs?
There are approximately 600,000 undocumented immigrants from Europe in the United States. How come we're not seeing them being rounded up? Is it because they're white and not brown or black?
And why are we only targeting Latino immigrants? Is Asian immigrants, black immigrants, white immigrants, European, dare I say, you know?
I was an illegal immigrant in the United States of America, but because of the color of my skin and the color of my hair and who I am, I have never been questioned. I have never been questioned about whether I'm American. No one has ever said, do you speak English? Because they didn't assume that I couldn't because of being an immigrant. I am an immigrant in your country.
Bro, you came here illegally, so you're getting sent back. Like, I'm not really understanding where I'm supposed to feel bad. Like, it's the law. Like, what? Am I missing something? Like, we also can't do that. We can't go to other countries illegally and just pop up and start working and all of that without things in order, without abiding by their laws. And to be honest, it's a much worse punishment if we end up doing that. I feel like America is being generous. Y'all are getting caught and then being sent by a plane or sent by a bus back home. That's pretty generous if you ask me. Like, if I go to Russia and try to pull that off, I might not come home. They might lock me up for 50 years for trespassing. Like, I'm confused. The media is trying to make us feel bad, and they're like, oh, this person was 15 years old. He was a hard-working boy. He was in high school, blah, 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 and he was an illegal immigrant from Guatemala. Bro, you lost me. You lost me. He's illegal. So I'm sorry. Like, that's just what happens. I can't feel bad no more. Everything you said before that is disregarded. I'm sorry.
Now people are saying that Latinos didn't know that Black Americans are not immigrants. Child, I just don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say to that. It makes sense, though, because the narrative that I've always heard about, why don't Black Americans have the same drive or take initiative or, you know, the narrative that we're lazy, even though we worked here for free. Like, didn't you know that? Didn't you know that our ancestors worked for free for hundreds of years? Like, I thought that was common knowledge, but I guess it's not. Like, this is really bad. If this is the case, why do you even need to take away critical race theory? People don't know it now. Might as well leave it in place. They don't know it right now. They don't even know the history of Black people in America. I just don't even know what to say at this point. It's way worse than I thought it was. But I do feel like Paul Mooney, that people are getting their Negro wake-up call, but in Spanish. They Latin wake-up call, they Hispanic wake-up call, because they learn it now.
Latinos have to be more delusional than J-Lo thinking she's really Selena to believe that Black people can be deported in their own country and that Black people are immigrants.
Are you people insane? What are you talking about?
Through my short tenure on this app, having conversations with people throughout the diaspora and people from around the world, it has come to my attention that many do believe that Black people are actually immigrants in the country that we hail from. This is why we get hit with, where are you from? And when somebody says Georgia or New York or Detroit, they're like, no, where are your parents from? And I'm like, New York. They don't get it. And it's like, you arrived here as an immigrant and you think America is a white country. America has never been a white country. America has always been a multi-ethnic country in which white people have been the majority of. Never been a white country. So you don't look at a Black person or a Native person and be like, oh, you're really American. That's just the reality of this country. We'll always say the only real Americans in this current iteration of America we have are white people, Black people, and Native Americans, because those three people have been here since before the inception of America and during the creation of America. Everyone else came after. All the other European immigrants came through Ellis Island. The Italians, the Polish, the Jewish people, the Greeks, all of those people are later additions. We've been here since before all of them. So how can a Black person be deported? I would implore you to actually know the history of the country you're living in or trying to occupy. And before you speak to someone who is actually a descendant of the people who have been here since the 1700s, do better. I mean, do better. I mean, this is a sad attempt at you trying to force my hand to support Latinos because of what's happening right now. I do support everyone, but to say a comment like this is dumb because black people cannot be deported because we're from here. Now, can other black immigrants be deported? 1,000%. I have family that can be deported because I have family from all around the world, but I'm American. But that's a different conversation in terms of identity politics and how Afro-Latinos or Caribbean or Africans identify in this current phase of America. Latinos are the ones that are being targeted right now. Asians are the ones being targeted right now. And Latino people have a history of anti-blackness and a history of colorism within their community. You guys are racist towards your own dark-skinned people, your own black people. So you have to stop looking to black people for like unwavering support, and then in the same sentence be like, well, you're next, or you're ghetto, or you're this. And it's like the underlying tones of racism and threats that you guys put in your messaging aren't helping your cause. They aren't helping your cause.
Y'all know when Latinos and Hispanics be like, black Americans are next, they really thought that black Americans are immigrants. And that explains why they voted the way they voted. They try to get us up out of here. But I gotta say to the Latino community, not only did your ESL classes, but the American educational system failed you tremendously. Because black Americans are not immigrants and we're not going anywhere. And this is how ill-informed they are. They really think because they're in the middle between black and white that they're white adjacent, when that's far from the truth. It's only 3 categories that's broken down in this country. You have white Americans, you have non-whites, and you have black Americans. The people in the middle, y'all just extras in this movie. The main characters are the white Americans and the black Americans, and sometimes the Native Americans make a guest appearance. This country spent too much money, trillions of dollars, in painting black people as the bad guys. That's the default, to even get rid of black Americans, as sad as that may sound. And you know who's catching on quick, who's learning the game real quick? Africans and Caribbeans. That's why they're cosplaying as black Americans. They're not cosplaying as black Americans to trick us black Americans. They're doing it to trick white Americans because they don't want to be deported.
Latinos of all backgrounds, do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' locker are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sirree bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
I don't care what nobody says. Being held accountable by your own kind is the most effective method. The only method that I might place above that is the feel it to learn method, where you got to make them feel it to learn. That's the only other method that I would put above that. But being told about yourself by somebody who looks like yourself, it just hits differently. It's almost like, damn self, you might be onto something. Damn self, damn twin, I gotta listen to you because you look like me. And it's for that reason alone why I gotta leave the Latino community, why I gotta leave the Cuban American community in Florida specifically, why I gotta leave the "I will vote Donald Trump" with this clip. I gotta leave you guys with this clip.
African American community is the only community that has the power in this country to change anything. They are the only one with the experience of civil matter. They are the only one que tenían el esclavo ahí mismitico. They are the only one that are not going to get deported anywhere, and you cannot put them all in jail. So African American community, which is the community that is stepped on by Cubans, the most are the only ones that are going to save the Latinos. And
Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what she said? Because it's the exact same sentiments that every African American person, every Black American person have been screaming since elections time. The same exact sentiments. And now, because of the bullshit that the Latino community have entered themselves into, literally voting against the same exact group of people that now hold the power of being able to save you. She said it. She said it. See, I knew this. I knew that it's only the African American community, that it's only the Black American community that can save the Latino community from the bullshit that they got themselves into. I knew this. But see, you're not going to listen when I say it. But you'll probably listen when she says it. And the thing about it too, see, technically, I'm a Latina. I'm Haitian. But I'm not the Latina that you're going to listen to. I'm not. That one, though, she is. She is. She has that proximity to whiteness that you guys respect. Right? So now she states that it's only the African American community that can save the Latino community from the bullshit that you guys put yourselves into. And you only are in that because you were so hell-bent on voting against the same exact group, against the interest, the self-interest for that same group of people that now are the only ones that can save you. Look at that, full circle.
For the African American community that has not come out because it is not. I do. We didn't do shit for them.
I get it. I get it. But I don't.
Me and you support, but in masses, we didn't support anything that was going with them. Latinos look at Cubans specifically. I'm not gonna talk about any other community because I'm not part of that community, even though I'm a Latina with them. Cubans talk shit about African Americans. Cubans did not support African Americans. Cubans think that they all victimize themselves, of this, all of that. African Americans are the only ones that are going to save your asses, Latinos. So you better start kissing. If you're going to kiss some ass in this country, you better kiss some black ass.
Again, it's not coming out of my mouth. She said it. She said it, and she's 100% right. For the I will vote Donald Trump. You guys, y'all got to start kissing some black ass. Y'all all better get to kissing some black asses. And right now, the black asses ain't moving for shit. If it's not for them, they're not moving. They're not moving. So I don't know how you guys gonna make it through. But she just said it. She said it. It's the African American community. It is the Black American community that can save you guys from the bullshit that you are in. And you can think the I will vote Donald Trump. Think them.
Okay, this question is for anybody who is Mexican American, Chicano, Hispanic, Latino, whatever, however you identify, it's all the same to me. Doesn't matter. So if you're within that community or if you're just watching, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Okay, I'm about to ask you a question. You let me know your honest, truthful opinion. Okay, and my question is very straightforward. Don't make it complicated. Don't go over the top. Answer is yes or no. If you want to explain after yes or no, that's fine. But first answer with yes or no. And my question is this. If all of the migrant workers are deported, would you, your family, or any of your friends sign up to take their jobs? For example, such jobs as becoming farm workers, day laborers, collecting fruits, vegetables, doing all that, assembly line and production, janitorial positions, cleaning, becoming housekeepers, maids, and other services like gardening or even becoming a handyman, or any other stereotypical migrant worker job. Now let me know down in the comments if you would or if you wouldn't. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting conversation.
My Mexican family voted for Trump. My mother, who was born in Mexico, who came here because of my grandpa, voted for Trump. My sister, who was born in Tijuana, and her husband, who were born in Tijuana, they voted for Trump. My other sisters voted for Trump. And I'm so upset I'm so upset about everything that's going on right now. I'm like literally in tears because I'm like constantly seeing everything that's going on out there. I'm just so bothered. I can't believe this is happening. Even US citizens at this point who are minorities are being grabbed and kidnapped, not even by ICE at this point. It's random racist people. Everybody is in danger right now. Everybody. I know people who are US citizens who look like minorities and they're in danger. I'm not even allowing my niece right now on the bus or in certain situations because she looks Hispanic, and I'm not gonna put her in a situation where something can happen. And if you are happy that these things are happening, I really hope you go to therapy. I really hope that you heal, because the lack of empathy is wild. I cannot believe that children are in handcuffs, are being ripped apart from their family. Children in all these places are getting taken, and it's just like I'm constantly in tears and I'm like shocked. I literally almost sent my family a group chat of like all these screenshots of like, you voted for this, even though I don't speak to them, because I'm so disgusted. And I hate these wannabe Christian MAGA fake people who are okay with all of this behavior. I hope that you are critically thinking right now and you finally humble yourself and you can finally see that everything that's happening right now is not okay, and it has not been okay for many different reasons, not just even this immigration that's happening right now, and it's going to get worse.
They only want white people here, because when we think about refugees who need immediate resettlement, expedited screenings, we usually think about people who are fleeing extreme violence, persecution, famine, war in places like South Sudan, Myanmar, the Congo, not white Afrikaners. See that chartered plane the Trump administration is sending? It's not going to collect refugees that have been sitting in resettlement camps for years, fully vetted, waiting to come to the United States to escape violence. No, it's going to South Africa to collect white people who claim they're being discriminated against. Why would they be getting discriminated against? Probably because they spent generations instituting legalized forms of racial segregation and discrimination called apartheid, aka Stephen Miller's wet dream. See, while the rest of the world after World War II saw that maybe racial discrimination not such a hot idea and favored more policies of integration and away from colonization, Afrikaners doubled down on that shit and instituted apartheid. Although it ended over 30 years ago, the social and economic legacies of apartheid continue today. South Africa is the most unequal country in the entire world, according to the World Bank, with white South Africans earning over 12 times what black South Africans do. But don't worry, we're going to make sure that the white Afrikaners who instituted generations of discrimination and segregation against black people get everything they need to get started here in the United States in their new life.